Now let's talk about Meghan Markle. With some relief, we move away from Trump and her new Netflix show. Of course, Trump doesn't like Meghan, does he? He says, "I wish Harry luck. He's going to need it." 0207 862 2222 is the number. So this is the Meghan show. It's called With Love, Meghan. It's aimed at showing a new side to the Duchess. We can see her harvesting honey for DIY candles, making beauty products like bath salts, and arranging a kid-friendly tea party. It's fair to say they've got a $100 million deal with Netflix. But so far, they've only turned in one real hit for the broadcaster, which was the biographical Harry and Meghan documentary. So let's just check in here with Carrie and Albie. Albie, will you be watching? Carrie?
I don't know if I'll be watching, but I'd come out and support. Like, why are you even calling her Markle? She's not been Markle for years.
Oh, what we should call her?
She's Sussex.
Sussex.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just this diminishing of her.
I don't think
people call Kate Middleton Kate Middleton.
Yeah, come on.
You know, I know their surname is Matt Windsor,
I hadn't even clocked that. I mean, Meghan Markle's her name, but also the royal title thing is somewhat of an issue. What do you think? Will you watch it? It's interesting, right? If nothing else.
I'll probably watch a bit of it, but I just can't help but think when I see Meghan doing these things, or Meghan and Harry doing these things, I just think, gosh, there could have been so much more than wannabe Martha Stewart's on Netflix. You know, I just look at the impact they've had on some of their tours, notably their recent trip to Nigeria. And I thought to myself, imagine if they could actually go to these Commonwealth countries as a representative of the United Kingdom, as a representative of the royal family.
Come on, royal family.
How disastrous it was when Will and Kate went to Nigeria.
Yeah.
You've got these who's sitting there, these assets that we can't use, all because the family can't kiss and make up.
Yeah, they can't.
I mean, for once, I'm like properly in agreement with that. Please, let's bring them back.
Well,
but both sides need to make up because they've both done wrong, probably.
They understandably hate the British press because the press have got it in for them. So they don't want to live in this country. Let's bring in the royal commentator, Emily Andrews. Now, Emily has been watching the show. How was it for you?
I have been watching the show, so none of you guys have to watch it. I think this jam is not going to be everybody's jam, but some people will really enjoy it. Some of it is, I mean, as you said, Jeremy, she hates the British press, but I did wonder whether she was auditioning as a sub-editor for a tabloid in some of the scenes, because she likes to come out with these little headlines or these little bon mots, such as when she's beekeeping, she says, good vibes, good hives. There's quite a lot of that kind of little play on words that she obviously quite likes.
Let's have a look at I think we've got the harvesting honey clip.
So the last time we came and checked on the bees was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
But you checked on them.
I was here since, and they're doing well.
Okay.
But this is one of my favorite times of the year.
Oh, they're busy. Busy bees. Talk about good vibes.
We're about to immerse ourselves in like 70,000 good vibes.
Good vibes for good hives.
I didn't think beekeepers had to wear those suits anymore. They suddenly realised that bees don't sting unless you really make them cross. But
I wouldn't go next.
I would be happy to do it. Emily, what else? What else?
Well, I think, I mean, the show is it looks great. There's a lot of scenery of the Californian countryside. Every episode, there's 8 of them, about 35 minutes each. Everyone is themed around, like there's hosting a children's tea, entertaining for her friends. She loves making bath salts for when guests come to stay. There's not much reference to her royal life. There's only 2 real moments, one of which is right at the end when she hosts a party for her business. I wasn't quite sure what the business is. Maybe her business is making things for her friends, but Harry is there. I did think he looked a little bit uncomfortable, and it did feel a little bit contrived in this kind of little party that she was holding. And she does make, some people are going to interpret it as a bit of a dig of the royal family, because she says, thanks so much to all of you for coming. It's so nice to be able to share this creativity that I haven't been able to do for some time.
Let's have a look at that.
Good, right?
You did a great job.
Thank you. I just want to raise a glass to you guys. This feels like a new chapter that I'm so excited that I get to share, and I've been able to learn from all of you. So just thank you for the love and support. And here we go, there's a business. All of that is just part of that creativity that I've missed so much. So thank you for loving me so much and celebrating with me.
I feel like I want to see the bath salts clip. Have we got that? We got Got a bit of making bath salts. Let's see this.
What is in the bathroom for them so they can have a beautiful soak, a nice bath at the end of the night. So for bath salts, the base of what we need is good old-fashioned Epsom salts or magnesium flakes. Great to relax the body, but you can add more to it. Use a lot of arnica in my house. That's toddler life. Lots of bumps and bruises.
And arnica oil is great for treating small bruises.
Yeah, I don't want to be negative, Emily. It just feels like that's a long way from a lot of people's lives right now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I think this is very kind of what, I don't know, I'm not a TV media executive, but I would imagine something, like aspirational viewing content. It looks great. It sounds great. She goes off to a flower market in Montecito. She takes the viewer through her sort of normal drive. Oh, that's the antique shop that I really like. Oh, here's my flower market. I mean, she probably spent a couple of £100 just on flowers for some friends coming around for lunch. I don't know about you, Jeremy, but it's all I can do. Cookery shows. This is not a cookery show. There's no real recipes. She cooks some spaghetti, and I kind of thought, oh, that might be quite nice to try. But then we don't know what the ingredients are. She doesn't say, it is basically inviting the viewer into her life. And I suspect this is what she wants all of us to think that she is like all the time. Definitely, I did feel that there were some things slightly planted in there. Her best friend and makeup artist talks about what a wonderful friend she's been, how kind she's been. There's also reference to what Albie and Carrie were saying earlier about the Duchess of Sussex. She talks about, I think the only real reference to her royal life, apart from Harry, is the fact that she talks about how nice it is her children have the same surname as her. They're all Sussex. And I did wonder whether this was a bit of a subtle justification as to, why she retained her royal titles.
Interesting. Trevor in Kent, what do you think of what you've seen there, Trevor?
Well, I don't watch it usually, but I probably will be watching this because people's views on it vary from one to another. She now is a normal person.
A Millwall person?
And
what? Oh, normal.
There aren't many of them about at the moment, but I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. No, that she's not a royal, but so many people have done these cookery
products that will follow this. I think it's also got a little bit of Red Table Talks, Jada Pinkett's podcast series, where it's having friends, having those discussions. I think this shows a side of her that we haven't seen.
More and more, I'm thinking the most interesting thing about Meghan Markle is that she's married to Prince Harry and she's semi-royal. I mean, I was kind of watching those clips just thinking, gosh, actually, she's quite boring. And when Emily told us that the only references to the royal family were at the end, where it was a dig, we all saw it, I didn't really hear much of a reference, and her talking about how happy she is to have the same surname as her children. I want the dirt. I want the tea. That's why I tune in to Meghan and Harry.
And that's not her house, by the way.
Show.
That's, Emily, I'm just thinking, we should have seen the inside of her house, surely, for this.
Well, that's a good point, Jeremy. It's not actually filmed in her house. She's been quite open about that. Although the way the TV programme is structured, if we hadn't been told that in advance or someone hadn't found it out, I think, from obviously, reporters on the ground in California, you might think it was her house because she talks about people staying over. Oh, look, Daniel Martin's just arrived. Oh, look, hello, my darling friend Mindy. You would think it was her house. It's not. They rented it for the shoot. She's done one big interview with the American press for People magazine. It's a big celebrity magazine out in the US, along the same vein as the TV show, painting her as a lovely person. And she's talked about why she didn't want 80 production crew in her own home. She has got young kids, age 5 and 3. But some people are going to say it is quite fake and contrived. But as Carrie said, other people, I think, will love it. It is very much that kind of Martha Stewart, Gwyneth Paltrow, come and cook with me.
It's fascinating how the conversation around Meghan never really changes. The names change, the commentators change, the headlines change, but the formula remains exactly the same. Criticize Meghan, question her relevance, question her success, question her choices, and then spend an entire segment talking about her. What struck me about this discussion wasn't the criticism itself. We've heard all of that before. What struck me was how much time people spent proving the exact opposite of what they were trying to argue. Think about it for a second. Here we have a lifestyle show, a simple lifestyle show about cooking, entertaining, gardening, family traditions, and creativity. Yet major television panels are dedicating lengthy discussions to it. Royal commentators are analyzing it. Newspapers are reviewing it. Critics are debating it. Social media is discussing it. That alone tells you everything you need to know. Because irrelevant people do not generate this level of attention. One of the commentators said something that I actually found quite revealing. They said that the most interesting thing about Meghan is that she's married to Prince Harry. Really? Because if that were true, then why are people discussing her show, her business ventures, her lifestyle brand, her influence on fashion, her media projects, and her every public appearance? The reality is that Meghan attracts attention in her own right. She always has coverage. A failing brand does not dominate conversations. A failing brand does not inspire endless opinion pieces. A failing brand certainly does not have people debating every single project before it even launches. What I found particularly amusing was the criticism that the show is aspirational. Well, of course, it's aspirational. That's the entire genre. Nobody watches a travel show because it reflects their daily commute. Nobody watches luxury home programs because it resembles their own living room. Nobody watches cooking shows because every meal is exactly what they made on Tuesday night. Lifestyle television has always been aspirational. That's not a flaw, that's the format. And let's be honest, if Meghan was producing a program entirely focused on financial hardship and everyday struggles, many of the same critics would accuse her of being performative. If she talks about gardening, she's out of touch. If she talks about social issues, she's political. If she talks about family, she's strategic. If she talks about business, she's ambitious. The criticism changes depending on the day, because the conclusion is always predetermined. Another thing that stood out was the constant suggestion that Harry and Meghan should somehow return to royal life, because they are more effective as representatives. Now that's interesting. Because for years, we were told they were unimportant. We were told they were irrelevant. We were told they were insignificant. Yet every few months somebody suddenly remembers how successful their tour were, how much public engagement they generated, how much international attention they attracted, and how much goodwill they created. You can't have it both ways. Either they were irrelevant or they were valuable assets. The fact that people continue discussing what the monarchy lost when Harry and Meghan left tells you exactly how significant their contribution was. And then there was the discussion about Meghan using the Sussex name. I always find this argument strange. She's the Duchess of Sussex. Her children are Sussex. Her husband is Sussex. It's the family name they use. There is nothing unusual about a woman sharing a family name with her husband and children. In fact, most people would consider that completely normal. But somehow, when Meghan does it, it becomes controversial. Again, different standards. What this conversation really revealed is something much simpler. People remain fascinated by Meghan. Whether they love her or dislike her, they watch. Whether they support her or criticize her, they pay attention. Whether they're writing articles, producing television segments, or posting online, they keep talking about her. That level of interest cannot be manufactured. It cannot be bought. And it certainly cannot be faked year after year. The truth is that Meghan and Harry continue to shape conversations precisely because they remain culturally relevant. They have built a life outside the institution. They have built businesses. They have built charitable initiatives. They have built a global platform. Most importantly, they have built the freedom to tell their own stories. So when I hear commentators claim that Meghan is boring, irrelevant, or struggling, while simultaneously spending 10 minutes discussing her latest project, I can't help but smile. Because the contradiction speaks for itself. At the end of the day, people vote with their attention. And whether critics like it or not, Meghan continues to receive an extraordinary amount of it. That is why television panels keep discussing her. That is why newspapers keep writing about her. That is why audiences keep watching. And that is why, years after leaving royal life, Meghan and Harry remain one of the most talked about couples in the world.